We have got just one break tonight, and it's going to be a pretty good one, though. And it's going to be a little optic baseball. Yeah, we like that. And it's going to be a full case break. We have a little bit of information to go over, though, before we get started ripping into stuff. So let's take a look at that. So feedback, completely automated, guys and gals. That is just mainly so you never have to wait on me. And that basically means this: anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you are instantly going to get positive feedback in return. The miracle of automation. We love it, right? And of course, far more important there is simply to say thank you. Always appreciate you being here, breaking and bidding and hanging out with me. And we're going to take a look next at what is coming up in the days ahead. So, tomorrow night, we're going to open a lot of stuff. It'll be a half case of TriStar autographed mini football helmets, a full case of Origins football, a half case of Leaf Rookie Retro. And that is spots sold by the first letter of the last name, and all those spots are listed in the football category. And a full case of National Treasures Collegiate Football. So we're going to be really got a lot of stuff to open tomorrow night, but none of it takes a terribly long time. So, but it'll be a lot of fun. Wednesday night, which is a new release night for us, of course, we're going to start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We will open both of our new releases by the full case. So that means 5-star baseball and absolute football on tap for Wednesday night. On Thursday, it's a half case of Archives baseball. That will be the start of a new case. On Friday, we'll do another half case of Leaf Rookie Retro. That'll be the back half of the case that we start on Tuesday night. We will finish on Friday night. We will also open another case of 5-star baseball on Friday night and a 12-box inner case of Certified Football. Then on Saturday, we'll open a master case of Unparalleled Football. So we'll do a 16-box master case there. So that's 2 8-box inners for Unparalleled on Saturday night. Here's what you need to know about tonight's break. I am anticipating getting this on the way to you probably by Friday. Could possibly be sooner. If I'm able to get it out sooner, you know I will do so. I don't think it should be any later than Friday, barring something extremely unexpected happening. And everybody's going to pull cards in here, base or something, or parallels. Anyway, everybody's going to get a package, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards in this particular break. So it is a 12-box case of Optic Baseball. This is break number 3. It ended tonight on eBay, Monday night, the 26th of August. And of course, we've got our team names there on the left-hand side, winning bidders across from each team on the opposite side. And yeah, I guess that's all the news to use there. And one last little piece of business here that is going to involve me changing up the focus a tad bit. That is why your background just went out of focus, but I don't want you to be concerned about that. We're still going to be able to see everything. That's actually just going to give me an opportunity to see things a little bit better, be able to see them up a little bit closer that way. Well, if I can get these out of the box, we'll be doing okay, won't we? They're always in there very snugly, which I guess is a good thing, right? We don't want them all crazy flopping around inside of our case anyway, so it's a good thing ultimately. All right, I was drinking some caffeine. I have left it in the other room. Give me a half a second. I'm going to grab it because I'm going to have it. So give me 1 second. All right, thank you for your patience. One of those, I didn't sleep very well last night, so I have to have a little caffeine to keep the fire burning, so to speak. All right, we're looking for 2 autographs per box. You'll see it says on average. Panini always says on average. And they say that because sometimes it doesn't have 2 autographs in there. Sometimes a hit is replaced by a points card. Every once in a while, you know, they'll mess up and just not give us something we're due. But that doesn't happen very often, fortunately. Usually what that on average would refer to is the fact that our hits are replaced by points cards here and there. If that happens to us tonight, we will give out the points cards using random.org. Now, there are also the possibility of hot boxes in here. And that can also skew that little on average number, because the hot boxes can either have a whole bunch of autographs, like, well, does it tell us on the side here? 5 autographs or 20 numbered parallels. So a hot box can be either a numbered hot box or an autograph hot box. So that's kind of what we're looking for as we go along outside of the norm. Our norm, of course, being 2 autographs per box. Now, this first box, I will spend a little bit of extra time as we look at things, just to kind of give everyone some familiarity with what we're looking at, how things are numbered, that sort of stuff. Then going forward, we'll move a little quicker through subsequent boxes. That's generally how we run things. Carl, you said finally. Why did you say finally, man? We started right at 9. I started right on the dot at 9 Eastern. Were you here early waiting on us? Or did you still think it was 8 like it was last night? Maybe that is possible. I guess you were thinking we were 8 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. Yeah, our norm, guys, is 9 Eastern. And when that varies, of course, I will always make note of it in the listing description, and usually on the little lineup sheet that we see as well. So that's, but 9 Eastern is our norm. I'm pretty on the money at 9 generally with the start. Now, I do know it may take 30 seconds or something for it to pop up on your all side after I have started it. So maybe it's going to read 9:01 on your clock, or 9:30 and 30 seconds or something. But generally, it's pretty close most of the time. Every once in a while, I'll get hung up, you know, in messages or something and drag it out a minute or two late, but I try not to do that. So this is an example of a rated rookie that is a prism, but it is not numbered. So these, I'm just, you know, these are rated rookie base prisms is essentially what those are. And we're going to find probably lots of them. Some various inserts, that's Action All-Stars, Diamond Kings. Some of those can be numbered or in parallels. Oftentimes they're not. Sometimes they are. When they are, that's what we would take a little better look at. James, you need some hits for the Reds. All right, let's do that. And Jay Allen, you need some Diamondbacks. All right, your mojo requests are noted. Nolan Arenado. Now, this is numbered to 75, and I believe anytime we see that beautiful UK blue color there, you're going to find that those are numbered to 75. MVP inserts, we'll find, again, lots of peak performers as well, all-stars as well. When they're base, we just kind of keep on trucking. If it's numbered or there's something different about it, you know, we'll take a little better look. That's kind of how things go along here usually. Right. No, Carl, I would never be up before the start time, right? So like if it starts at 9, then we're going to, like, I go live at 9. And if it were to start at 8, then we go live at 8, and 9:30 we go at 9:30, and etc. So I always do my best to start right on time. I do realize that occasionally 9 o'clock on my clock, you know, could be 8:59 on yours, or could be 9:01 on yours, but I generally start at 9 Eastern on my clock. So that is an Illusions insert for Trey Turner and the Nationals. It was a prism. It was not numbered. Highlights is another insert series. They are prisms, as you can see. They were not numbered. So We might get lucky enough to find some numbered somewhere along the way, but we haven't yet. Our red, white, and blue, those are numbered. That is to 150, and it is Carlos Correa. Another red, white, and blue, so once again we know that will be to 150, and there's your young rookie for the Toronto Blue Jays, Vlad Guerrero Jr., one of your rookies. You got a bunch for the Blue Jays this year. And Bo Bichette, I'm pretty excited about, I have to say. Brendan Rodgers is our first autograph, and let me get a few little pack of sleeves laying out, makes things a little easier for us. A rated rookie. It is a parallel color, obviously, and that means it is numbered. So it was it is to 35 for Brendan Rodgers and the Colorado Rockies. So here's a Peak Performers that is a prism. So it is not our base Peak Performers in that it's a prism, but it is also still not numbered. I don't know why they make them prisms and then don't number them, but they do sometimes. And Eddie Rosario tried to hop on the back of Aaron Nola there, so we had to catch him. Victor Mesa, nice. Marlins with a little Victor Mesa ink. Miami hits a nice one to 75. So the Rockies and the Marlins, our two autographs out of box number 1. This is, of course, a Diamond Kings that is a prism. It, again, is a base prism, so it is not numbered, but different than, of course, our base, which aren't prisms. And what else are we going to find here in this first box? That pretty well covers it. Oh, Mythical. We hadn't seen that one yet. So we'll find plenty of those as well. So that kind of gives you an idea. That's mostly what we're going to see in the boxes ahead. So I won't necessarily stop and talk about all those base ones as we go forward. But as we see numbered things, of course, we will continue to take a little better look at that. So James, our Cincinnati Reds were winning tonight, the last that I saw. You'll have to keep me up to date on the score if you've got an eye on the game tonight. Reds are playing down in Miami. And, of course, you know, it always starts at a time where I have to be in front of the computer. I'm either listing or I'm invoicing or I'm answering questions or working on spreadsheet or whatever the case may be, all the busy work that you do before we actually do the live break. So I seldom really get to watch them per se. I mostly listen and occasionally glance up or over. And that was the case tonight too. But at one point I did look up when someone had a hit and looked where it was headed. And I mean, the stands there were pretty well empty, guys. I mean, you hear about how poor the attendance is for both the Marlins and the Rays. And I think that's been a problem that's plagued them for quite some time. But you know, I really didn't have a good concept of exactly how empty that place is until I looked up and saw that tonight. I was like, man, they're playing in front of like 12 people or something. I mean, it was more than 12, but it was pretty empty in there. Numbered to 60, you have Christian Yelich for the Brewers. So it's kind of rough, I imagine, if you are playing for those teams, wouldn't you think? I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I mean, that would be almost like if you were a singer and you went to a performance and they pulled back the curtain and the arena's got like, you know, seats 30,000 and you got 1,000 people there, you'd be like, wait, why am I here? Yeah, I don't think it would be very much fun, probably, if you're a Marlins player, to play in the empty stadium all the time. Not totally empty, but yep, pretty empty. Here is Pink Velocity. We have not seen one of those yet. Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers on this one. And Pink Velocity are numbered to 199. There are black velocity in most Optic products. I think they're in here too, but truthfully, we haven't opened this in a little while, so I couldn't tell you 100% for sure, but I think so. We have, I think, maybe one more case of Optic that will get scheduled eventually. I mean, there's just so much stuff in baseball sitting right now that I just haven't had time to do. We've got more of Allen and Ginter. We've got regular Heritage High Number, Archives, this, Optic, Bowman. There's still Bowman down there. There's still Topps Chrome down there. There's a crazy amount of products waiting to be broken that I just have not had the time to squeeze in. So somewhere along the way, we will have another case of Optic that we will break. I don't know exactly when, but eventually we'll get that handled. So here's Taylor Ward for the Angels, and this is kind of it's a prism, and it's kind of gold. It's not exactly gold, I don't think, but it's kind of gold-like. Anyway, it's numbered to 75, and when we see those, they have a background on them, and they say, "We the people," I think is actually what it says, or something very similar to that, if not exactly that. And so there you go. And whenever we find those, they are going to be numbered just like that. I think we're about to have a really nice hit flip around that's about to make me really happy, I think. We hope anyway. Ken Griffey Jr. signed, sealed, and delivered, baby. MVP signature for the Mariners with a little Ken Griffey Jr. numbered to 5. You can see it down there on that lower corner. That is a sweet, sweet little hit. Oh, yes, Mama likes that hit. It's an MVP Mookie Betts. Yeah, I like Ken Griffey. You guys know how I feel about Ken Griffey. Garrett Hampson, the Colorado Rockies, taking home another autograph. This one is numbered to 125. All right, so that box is in the books. Carl, yes, all the cards ship. So, guys, anytime that I get asked this question at least a couple times a night, anytime there is something different and not all the cards ship, because that does happen in some breaks, it always, without fail, 100% always will state that in the listing description. It will tell you in that same area where it gives you the quantity and the product name, the quantity that we're breaking, the date and time of the break, all that. It's like in really, really big letters, way bigger than everything else on the page. It's bold. It's usually in either green or blue, sometimes red, but it always stands out, and it will be every single time in that same section of the listing description. So if there is nothing stated there, then other than, the normal stuff, then everything ships. Only if it says something to the effect of, base doesn't ship, or veteran base doesn't ship, or such and such has its own category, or whatever. If it doesn't say any of that, then all the cards are shipping. So in this instance, tonight here for Optic, you got it. Everything is shipping out and headed to you. But that is not always the case with every break. So I tell everybody every time, always read at least that part of the listing so that I figure most people would scroll down there because that is where the date and the time and all that, the where you find the break information is in that same section. So I kind of figure everybody scrolls down there, but But sometimes people don't, you know. But that is where it will always be. Lately, I've also been adding sometimes up to the top of the listing as well. And don't you know, that didn't make any difference either. I put it like right up in the first or second sentence and kept it down in that other area, and it didn't make a bit of difference. I still had people in that break going, well, I didn't know that the base didn't ship. And it's like, well, I don't know. I put it at the top. I put it in the main part. I mean, so I think, yeah, we all get in the habit. We're all guilty of it, being in the habit of, you know, just thinking, hey, we know what's going on, and we don't always read everything that's in there. I think I've probably done it too, but it's always a good idea. Dennis Santana and the Dodgers, numbered to 125, our first autograph out of this box. And next up, we have a little blue Manny Machado here. Once again, our blue are numbered to 75. That heads, of course, to the Padres for Manny. Whoops, hang on now. I think we had somebody. There he is. Yeah, trying to hang out Joey Gallo there, stuck to the back of another card. These do have a nasty little habit sometimes of trying to hitch a ride on the card in front of them. We try to avoid it where we can, catch them. Colby. So Colby, of course, has been traded, but he was still an Atlanta Brave when they got this signed, apparently, because it says Atlanta on it. So Colby is going to the Braves, and the card is numbered to 99. I think maybe, hasn't he had a start or two since he got traded, maybe? I don't know, but I can't really remember how it went, but it must not have been spectacular, or I probably would have remembered that. So, and we're in a hot box, kids, because we've already seen a couple of autographs out of here, I do believe. And here comes another one. This one is for the Twins. It is Alex Kirilloff on a rated rookie base autograph. So yeah, we're definitely in the midst of one of our hot boxes. Diamondbacks, there's one for you, Jay Allen. It is John Duplantier for your Arizona Diamondbacks on a rated rookie prism. So the D-backs getting on the board out of our hot box. We should probably have another one or two, I imagine, out of here. Yet to find, I mean. I wish every box was a hot box, right? That'd be so much better if every box had 5 autographs. I would like that. Josh James and the Houston Astros, numbered to 99. There's Pink Velocity for Javi Baez, and once again, those are numbered to 199. All right, that concludes our hot box. Jay Allen, the last case you saw of this, his autograph came out 4 times. You're talking about Josh James? Who are you talking about? Oh, Syed, you're looking for anything for the Cubbies. All right. Well, that's did we have a Cubs hit? We haven't had a Cubs hit yet, have we? Tonight? I don't think so. I was just looking there. I don't think we've. Oh, you're talking about the Pink Velocity. You're talking about the numbered one. See, it just takes me a minute. I told you guys I needed more caffeine. I was thinking autographs. You're talking Pink Velocity. Now I'm on the page. Now I'm with the program. Oh, Jay Allen, the Diamondbacks had 4 autographs. The last case that you saw, were they all the same guy? I hope not. I hope they were at least different players, but you never know. I swear to you. Both Panini and Topps have been bad lately about duplication in certain products, both of team and sometimes a specific player. So, you know, my philosophy is I always like to kind of spread the hits out and hope everybody gets a little something they like, but you never know what they're going to do to you or for you. Justice Sheffield. So the Mariners already have 2 great hits. You've got the Ken Griffey Jr. to 5. Now you have Justice Sheffield. Although I don't know that his last start was like super great, but I still think he has a lot of upside. Justice. Sean Reed Foley, there comes one for the Toronto Blue Jays. Might not be exactly the one you're looking for, but we got a ways to go yet, so hopefully we're still going to find the one you're looking for. There's another numbered Javi Baez, this one a little bit lower to 99 with a Diamond Kings, basically an orange parallel there. Is mostly what I'm going to call that. And Trevor Story. The Rockies are going to add to their haul. And Trevor here, if you look in that upper right corner, is numbered to 15. So Trevor Story making life happy for Colorado tonight. At least here in the break. I don't know about in the game. I haven't seen the game score, but maybe making you happy in the game too. I don't know. Yeah, Jay Allen, Sean Reed Foley, you're right, does have a tendency to show up a lot. He has come out pretty frequently out of many products this year, so it is definitely possible that he shows up more than once. The last time you saw a case of this, you said he came out 3 times, so yeah, sometimes that does happen. They don't always do the greatest job in the world of getting their stuff randomized, that's for sure. There's another pink Velocity for the Minnesota Twins to 199 with Steven Gonzalez. Little Jeff McNeil base prism. A pink Velocity for Mr. Andrew Benintendi for the Red Sox to 199. Trey Turner base prism. Jacob Nix comes out next. Padres. Syed, you are asking, is Topps Fire any good? You know what? That is a retail exclusive product. I believe Target exclusive to be exact, which you said you saw yours at Target, so that would make sense. That's been a retail only product for, I don't know, several years anyway, and Target exclusive for the last few that I can remember. I think there's some good hits in there, but I don't remember, Syed, what the price point is on it. But there, if you go to the Panini website, there'll be a checklist for it, and you can get an idea of who signs in that product. But the best I recall, there are some good hits in there, but now how frequently they come out, I don't know. That is numbered to 35, Minnesota Twins, Jake Cave. Because I myself have not bought Topps Fire baseball, so I don't know. I do have some Topps Fire football here from 2015, I think, from the last year that Topps produced football products. I'm pretty sure I have some Fire from, or actually it might be from 14, or maybe I have both, 14 and 15, I don't know. But I do have some Topps Fire football hanging around here. A lot of that sort of stuff I've got to eventually put together in some kind of a mixer eventually. It's just, man, with the amount of cases that come in every week and the amount of new releases every week, like I can't even keep up with them, much less get these mixers done. Oh, I got your name pronounced right. Yay. You know, that's very unusual, by the way. Mostly, I butcher all the names. Usernames, people's names. I am terrible with pronouncing names, so I'm glad I actually got one right. That makes me happy. Jay Allen can attest to the fact that that's pretty rare. Carl says that was another hot box that we just finished up. Was it? I didn't count the number of autographs that we had in that one. I didn't realize we had 5 in it. But I will take your word for it, sir. There is Ty France, and numbered to 75. This is another one of those We the People kind of deals. And it is for San Diego and the Padres. Yeah, I just didn't realize we had 5 autographs in there. But as I said, I don't always keep count of them. Once we see the first one, there's usually not 2 autograph hot boxes in a case. So truthfully, I wasn't even looking for it. Kyle Tucker and the Astros. That's what happens when I multitask. See, I don't didn't even notice that there were 5. Reese McGuire and the Blue Jays, numbered to 50. Or at least not that one. I caught the first one, obviously. Salvador Perez, that is Pink Velocity. And Pink Velocity are numbered to 199. I believe we are going to be in a hot box for parallel numbered cards right now. This is Wilson Ramos to 50. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to be. That is Pink Velocity to 199. It is Greinke. He is Diamondbacks on that card. So that's where it goes. There's a red, white, and blue Andrew Heaney. Those, again, are numbered to 150. Andrew Heaney is an Angel. And that was just a base Prism Brian Anderson. This, however, will be numbered. Jose Urena to 99 for the Marlins with a little Diamond Kings orange parallel. Mr. Chance Adams for the New York Yankees in an orange parallel to 99. And we are definitely in one where we're going to have a lot of numbered parallels in that kind of hot box. Syed, I don't know that I would buy Donruss Optic instead. I would probably buy the Fire. I would probably buy the Topps Fire, I think, if it were me. I mean, I don't know how the Topps Fire is priced, but just in general, I would lean probably towards Topps Fire, because I think, if I remember correctly, it has some guaranteed hits in it. And I don't know if Donruss Optic has guaranteed autographs in it, does it? At retail, I mean, not hobby like we're opening, but the retail version. So I don't know, but Jay Allen is definitely right. You should also go look at the checklist and kind of compare and contrast there. But I would think Topps Fire, even at $70 a box, is probably your better bet, because best I recall, there are guaranteed autographs in that. And for instance, Mike Trout, you might find in Topps Fire, but you're not going to find him in Donruss Optic. So, that's no guarantee you're going to hit him, of course, but you just know you wouldn't even have a chance at hitting him if you went Donruss Optic, whereas you would have a chance at hitting him possibly with Fire. Check the checklist. I don't know for sure if he signs for it, but I imagine he probably does. Verlander to 35. That is Teal Velocity. So getting a little lower in our velocity now. And Lorenzo Cain coming out for the Milwaukee Brewers to 125. That is kind of a purpley sort of color. Our more royal blue color is to 75. That darker sort of purple one is the one that's to 125. Red, white, and blue, of course, to 150. And Griffin Canning, that's to 75. That's for the Angels. This feels like we might be in another numbered hot box, doesn't it? Are we still in the same one? Did I open a new box? Or are we just finishing the back of the other one? See, I started thinking about Topps Fire, and now I'm like, are we still in the same box? I think we are. It's Chris Davis to 199, Pink Velocity for the Oakland A's. Yeah, I let my mind wander too far that time thinking about Topps Fire, didn't I? Sean Reed Foley to 125, that again with the purple parallel. Pink Velocity Conforto, that's numbered to 199. There's a blue which should be numbered to 75 when we flip it around here. It is Trey Turner and the Nats. 275. This is purple, Trevor Story and the Rockies, so it's to 125. And the Astros with a little Valdez headed your way. Some rated rookie ink numbered to 50 for the Houston Astros. That's to 125 with Miggy. And we have Moose, Mike Moustakas, coming out numbered to 25 for the Brewers. And I think that he got hurt tonight, didn't he? I believe I saw something about, I just saw it flash up like really quickly. But I believe that he got injured, hurt his hand or something tonight. Moustakas had to leave the game. I don't know anything about like how much, how badly, or how severely it was injured or whatever. But anyway, it says 2 hits per box, 1 autograph per box. Yeah, I would probably get the Topps Fire for the $70 if it, you know, if it's between those two, that's probably what I would do. Because, you know, the content is always different at retail than it is for hobby boxes like this. But I always think you have much, well, you do have much better odds at getting something decent when it guarantees you a hit. Because a lot of those boxes, even some of the ones that are as much as $25, $30 or something, they don't really guarantee you anything. You have to often get up into ones that are 50 or 75 or 100 or something like that, and then you can get some autographs and things guaranteed in them. So it's a little different kind of valuation than what you have in hobby boxes, but still some good stuff can be found at retail for sure. Oh, piece of the wrapper trying to hang on there. All right, that is to 125, Trey Mancini and the Orioles. Then we've got a purple to 125 for Jameson Taillon. Danny Jansen to 99 for the Blue Jays. It's to 125, Joey Gallo, or to 150, sorry, the red, white, and blue are to 150 for Joey Gallo. That's to 125, and that is Enyel De Los Santos for the Phillies. The purple parallel, a Paul Goldschmidt, red, white, and blue to 150. Pink Velocity to 199 for the Padres with Jacob Nix. And Garrett Hampson and the Rockies with our kind of a light blue, a Carolina blue, if you will, numbered to 50. The darker, more royal blue, the UK blue, if you will, are numbered to 75, and that one was Bryce Wilson for the Atlanta Braves. Yeah, Jay Allen, you said you were in a double optic blaster break and it was all relics. Well, for sure, a lot of that is relics when you get into the blasters for optic and prism and a lot of those kinds of products. Of course, in prism, you're really, like, the relics are just kind of a, I mean, they're fine to have, but they're not really what you want. The silver prisms, of course, are what everybody's chasing in those. So I don't mind opening blasters of that as much and getting relics, because the relics are just kind of, you know, it's not what you're after. But in the Donruss Optic, if it comes out all relics, that kind of blows, because there's not as much, well, I'm not going to say there's not as much, there is a lot of chase in Donruss Optic, but it's different. The valuation is different for what you would pull out of Donruss Optic that wasn't an autograph versus what you would pull out of Prism that was a silver prism and not an autograph. Does that make sense? Maybe. I don't know. Probably doesn't, but I know what I'm thinking. I just can't get it spit out, I think, is the problem. Number to 260. It is Chris Shaw for the San Francisco Giants. Charlie Blackmon, Colorado Rockies, numbered 260. I think Giants and the A's are playing again tonight, aren't they? Those both have been kind of lighting it up against each other. Both had pretty good run production. The Giants especially seem to have been playing a lot better after the All-Star break than they were before it, anyway. Blake Snell, numbered to 5. Tampa Bay Rays with a low numbered parallel. The green to 5. We'll lay it in the recap pile. We'll probably want to look at that one again. And we're going to want to look at this little one of one here, aren't we? And guess who that's headed to? Oh, it's headed to Jay Allen. He's about to get himself a one of one. The Arizona Diamondbacks. Yes, indeed. David Peralta, one of one. How about that, Jay Allen? Now your Diamondbacks are kind of rolling along, aren't they? Got an autograph. You've got one to... It's a one of one. You're kind of getting down the road with it. That is Miguel Sano. Once again, those pink velocities are numbered to 199 every time we see them. And our teal velocities are numbered a little bit lower. Those are to 35 each time we see them. Mitch Haniger and the Mariners on the front of that one. An Altuve Mythical Prism. That's to 150 on the red, white, and blue. Oh, I was really hoping that was going to be signed, and it is. Nice. The Angels and Joe Adell with a rated prospect autograph to 99. That kid will be coming up before you know it. He's going to be good, too. He's going to be really good. Moncada to 125, White Sox. Haniger again. There's the purple parallel on Cano to 125. And there's Starling Marte. That is one of the We the People. Those are numbered to 76 when we find them. We found a handful of them so far. Corbin Burns and the Milwaukee Brewers. It's numbered to 35 as well, so low number hit for Milwaukee. And behind it, we have the Miami Marlins to 125 with Trevor Richards and a purple parallel. That's your third, your fourth one of one. All right, and 2 of them are from me. Good, I like that. That means I've got 50% of your one of ones pulled. I like those odds. It's always fun to pull the one of ones. I mean, I like all the one of ones. I even like the printing plates. Some people don't like the printing plates unless they're autographed because they think, oh, it's just a printing plate. But, I mean, it's still one of one. You know, there's still not another one like it out there anywhere. So, I get, I find it to be a lot of fun. No matter what's on it. All right, let's see what we've got here. Ooh, man, I hope this is signed. This is Yordan Alvarez to 99 for the Astros. Please be signed. Oh, boom, baby. Yes, nice. See, that's another nice with an O in it. Nice. Yordan Alvarez for the Astros with a rated prospect. Signature to 99. Danny Jansen to 125. Toronto Blue Jays working their way through their lineup. Maybe we're going to get to the man you want soon, which is Vlad Guerrero Jr., of course. Christian Yelich, that's orange. Diamond Kings, parallel to 99. Oh, did I get that Scooter Jeanette for you? Oh, good. I can't, you know what? You know I can't keep up with it from day to day. I couldn't even tell you hardly what we've pulled out of here tonight. It's so hard to retain it because I see so many cards every single day between what I break, what I sort, what I ship. And then, of course, I'm also obviously multitasking when I'm breaking here at night because I'm trying to pay attention to looking for the numbered stuff and the autographs and the parallels, as well as watching chat and kind of generally keeping things flowing. And my brain just doesn't have enough space to hold all that information. So stuff sometimes doesn't stay in there a long time, like what we've pulled out of what. But yeah, Scooter's in San Francisco now. Of course, he got traded before the deadline, and I think he's doing okay up there with the Giants. I guess it's actually up and over for me, but I always did like Scooter, so I hope he does well, continues to do well. That guy that we just saw, Willens Astudo, I don't know how you say his last name. It's a 76, Javi Baez, We the People, parallel, Cubbies. He apparently is close, maybe, to getting back to playing. He's swinging a bat again and sort of working his way through the rehab process. So you may end up seeing him again for the Twins before the season is over. Acuna to 99, Braves. He's another one of those guys earlier in the season that had a strained oblique. I want to say maybe back in June-ish, somewhere in there. Like, I think about that, May or June. Of course, we had several players with the strained obliques this year that have been kind of slow to get back in the groove. Aaron Judge being one of them. Although I think he's finally, he's back. Obviously, he's been back. but I think he's starting to kind of get back in his rhythm and find his groove again after having been out for an extended period with that. Anybody have eyes on the Reds game to know what the score is, what the sitch is? U.S. Open started today, of course. And Serena Williams won her first match against Maria Sharapova. Pretty well trounced her, as a matter of fact, which I'm always, glad when Serena wins. And I'm kind of particularly glad when she beats Maria Sharapova, because Maria's always kind of talked, about Serena. And so I'm always kind of glad when Serena just beats her like a drum. Which she did tonight, so yay. But always a fun week running up to Labor Day and through Labor Day with the U.S. Open. Always enjoy watching it. 6-2, Reds, yay. Top of the ninth, yay. My Cincinnati Reds going to do it tonight. Excellent. We had Sonny Gray pitching, so that's usually a good sign. Every once in a while, he'll go off the rails, but for the most part, he's been pretty reliable this year. Max Scherzer to 75 for the Nationals. It's to 125, Jacob deGrom in the Mets. But you know who has gone off the rails? Trevor Bauer, man. Like, we trade for the guy, and he's actually was pitching pretty well in Cleveland when we traded for him. And I swear to you, every time he pitches for us, he gets worse. Like you started off the first couple games, and and it's like every game, it just seems like it gets worse and worse and worse. Like, what is going on with that guy? It's like the curse of the Cincinnati Reds pitching or something. I don't know. Forrest Whitley to 125, another one for the Astros, who probably were pretty well able to relax for the rest of the night after they hit their Yordan Alvarez anyway. Mr. Manny Machado to 99, Padres. Whoa, my stack is getting a little too high, wasn't it? Trying to slide away from me. That's why you got to keep them kind of short when they are these kind of cards. They like to slide around. Shohei Ohtani, that's peak performers. It is a prism. It is not numbered. But it's shiny. Shiny. Pretty. Kyle Wright and the Atlanta Braves, numbered 275. Matt Carpenter on a parallel there. That is a prism parallel for the Cardinals. Cardinals have been, like, all of a sudden good, too. What's up with that? I mean, not that they shouldn't be good, but I guess they've just really, for the most part, they've had a lot of guys out injured for a good part of the season. I think everybody's finally coming back around healthy, but Cardinals have been on a little tear. They have been burning it up. Meanwhile, the Cubs have been kind of in a downward slide, so don't look now, but the Cubs might be in a little trouble there if they keep losing and some of these other teams keep winning. Carl, we haven't had any Tigers autographs that I recall. I couldn't swear to you one way or the other about numbered cards or parallels or that sort of thing. I don't know about that. We've had way too many of those for me to remember. But autograph-wise, I don't believe we've had any Tigers that I recall. Anybody else? Jay Allen, we haven't, have we? We do, of course, recap the signatures at the end of the break. So you'll get an opportunity to take a look at all the signatures after we finish looking through everything. Yeah, you don't think so either? All right, I didn't think so either, but as I said before, I don't always remember everything we pull, especially in a break like this where there are a lot of hits. A pink Velocity Rendon to 199 for the Nationals. Do any of you like Girl Scout cookies by chance? Tristan McKenzie for the Cleveland Indians. Our autograph. And there's a little Vlad Guerrero Jr. prism on the rookies insert. It's not, of course, it's not numbered, but it's still nice little parallel there for Vlad Guerrero Jr. There's a Gleyber Torres to 125 for the Yankees. So, Jay Allen, who doesn't like Thin Mints? Yeah, so I have a real weakness for Girl Scout cookies that are called peanut butter patties. And I've always said that I'm really grateful that they don't have Girl Scout cookies year-round, because I would probably weigh, I don't even know what, 1,000 pounds. It would be bad. Now, I found something in the grocery store this week that I wish I had never, ever seen on the shelf, or that I had never bought. But I did. And it is, this is going to sound weird, but when you have it, it's really not. It is fudge-covered Nutter Butters. Fudge-covered Nutter Butter cookies taste very, very similar to Girl Scout peanut butter patties. So now I'm going to have to avoid the cookie aisle at the grocery store probably forevermore. Because, yeah, I mean, they're good. Oh, you said, oh, your Astros you let them go too low tonight, Carl. The Astros had some good hits. I mean, the Alvarez alone kind of makes the night for the Astros, but certainly some other things have added to the haul as well. So, yeah, Houston has had a good night. White Sox, Eloy, nice little hit there. Eloy Jimenez. For Chicago White Sox, I should clarify. Tukey, that's numbered to 125, the purple parallel for the Braves. All right. Moving on down the line, we have opened 9. We have 3 remaining. Well, Jay Allen, you know what? You got, I mean, yeah, they probably do have a generic version of the peanut butter patties in stores, but you know, I never look for them because they just don't compare to the Girl Scout cookies. They really don't. The Girl Scout peanut butter patties are like so good. But if you try these fudge-covered Nutter Butters, man, I'm telling you, ooh, they're good. I can't buy them again because I will just eat them all. That way nobody else in the house will even get them. That'd be the kind of thing like I would just buy and eat. So I can't buy it. That's the moral of the story. Or let somebody else eat it. I just have like one and then say, here, everybody eat these. Excuse me. Frank. Oh, Frank's weighing in here too. He says they call them something different here. Trefoils. I don't know if that's the way you pronounce it. Are the ones you like for Girl Scout cookies. Yeah. And you know, it's odd, isn't it? How some parts of the country, they will call a cookie one thing, and then in another part of the country, the same cookie is called something else. They say it's because two different bakeries make them, and one bakery calls it one thing, and one bakery calls it another. But I'm thinking, well, you're the Girl Scouts. Why don't you just tell both bakeries to call it the same thing? But anyway, they don't. East Coast gets something called one thing, the West Coast gets it called another. So I don't know why they do that, but they do. And they had some new one this year. At least I think it was new. I didn't remember seeing it before. It was like a s'mores type one, and it was in a different type of package too, which was funky. I mean, the package itself wasn't so much funky, just that it was funky because, you know, we're creatures of habit. This is, you know, I got a certain idea of what a Girl Scout package looks like, and that's what I'm expecting to see. When it's different, it freaks me out a little. You could eat a whole stack because you love shortbread. Hey man, I'm not far behind you. I could eat a whole box of peanut butter patties in one sitting if I didn't have willpower. I could just sit there and plow through them. Because there's what, like 16 cookies in there or something on those? Maybe not in one sitting, but probably in two. That's to 125 for the Indians. But fortunately, I do have a little tiny bit of willpower. Not as much as I probably should have, though. Chicago White Sox, back-to-back hits. You had Eloy a minute ago, and we're going to have you a Michael Kopech come out right there. A pink Velocity, Steven Duggar, numbered to 199. That is headed to the San Francisco Giants. I got to do a little slight bit of rearranging here on my stack, if you will bear with me a minute. Some of my little stacks of the parallels are getting taller than I would prefer them to be, so I'm just moving things around a tad bit over there. Jay Allen, you said you wish they'd put more cookies in the boxes. Boy, not me, because I would just eat them if they did. I always feel somewhat relieved that there's not very many, because I know I would just plow through them. It's terrible, but they're so darn good. Rowdy Tellez, numbered to 125. Toronto Blue Jays working all around their lineup, but still haven't hit Vlad Jr. Not yet. But soon, hopefully. There's another rookies, Vlad Guerrero Jr. parallel. That's to 125. The red, white, and blue. That one was Kyle Tucker on the front. 10 down, 2 to go. Yeah, I think the Girl Scouts really upped their game when they started taking credit cards, you know. And they started doing that with the tablets in the square a few years ago. That's now they probably get the big money. And they're smart. At least around here, they always set up in grocery stores or right in front of grocery stores. So very easy to find, too easy to find. Greg, we have not had any Wander Franco. No, sir. Not yet tonight. We've got, of course, the box we're taking out is box 11, so we'll finish it, and then one more box to go behind it. So have a couple more chances to find him, but we haven't found him yet. Oh, yeah, Jay Allen, you were probably thinking of Victor Mesa, who we have hit for the Marlins. You were probably thinking of him. Because we did see him come out earlier. But no Wander Franco yet. That's to 125. It is Brad Keller. Purple parallel for the Royals. Whoops, I think somebody was hitching a ride on the back there. I think Matt Chapman might have been slightly behind that for a second. Rhys Hoskins, numbered 260 for the Phillies. Oh, parallels? Ooh, I don't know, Jay Allen, about parallels. I don't really remember seeing a Wander Franco in a parallel, but that's not to say that there wasn't, but I don't really remember one. But there could be a parallel. I'm not going to swear to it either way. But we definitely haven't hit any autographs. Vlad Guerrero Jr., what'd I tell you, Blue Jays? I said we'd eventually work our way through your team and get to him. And there he is. Toronto Blue Jays have a tremendous number of hits in here tonight, as a matter of fact. Yeah, just about. I think you pulled just about everybody on the checklist for the Blue Jays tonight, haven't we? Close to it, it seems like. Dakota Hudson, St. Louis Cardinals to 99. One more little base guy hanging out there. Ryan Borucki, and the rich get richer. Another one for the Blue Jays. So I said just about they had hit everybody. Well, maybe now they've hit everybody. I don't know, but that's a lot for Toronto. And that whole box, both autographs in that box were for Toronto. So there you go, Blue Jays. You're on a bit of a roll tonight. All right, we are headed into our final box of this case, which means it is last box mojo time. So we're going to try collectively here to fire up our mojo and see if we can't get some big booming hits out of this last box. Of course, that's a pretty good one in the next to last box there that we just saw, but let's try to keep the fire burning here and find a couple of nice ones in the last box as well. And of course, after we look through the rest of the cards that are coming out of the packs right now, once we do that, we will recap and we'll take a look at our autograph cards that we hit tonight. After we recap, I will put up the spreadsheet information one final time and you can check out your anticipated shipping date and all that sort of stuff. So a pink Velocity Eugenio Suarez for my Cincinnati Reds. My little Reds got a parallel out of the last box. There's a pink Velocity with Merrifield for the Kansas City Royals. It will also be numbered to 199. Yeah, I don't know how Suarez hit tonight, but, he had been hitting quite well for the Reds and then went a little cold, and I I don't know if he got back on track tonight or not. I didn't get to see the rest of the game, of course. And I'll tell you another guy who's gone just ice cold is Nick Senzel. I mean, he was really had an excellent batting average not that long ago. And I don't know what he's done, but he's maybe messed with his mechanics a little bit or something. But whatever he did or didn't do, as the case may be, I guess, he has just not been hitting the ball at all lately. In fact, they've moved him way down in the lineup. He was batting like maybe 8th or something tonight. All right, let's see who's in here waiting for us. Another one for the Astros. Miles Straw comes out for Houston. So Houston and Toronto both having themselves quite a nice break. Well, that is a prism there. Mythical Arenado. Not just the base, but the prism parallel. Brandon Lowe. So the Tampa Bay Rays at least are not going home empty-handed. There is Brandon Lowe. He's another guy that's been out injured. I don't know when he's due back. I would think soon, though, maybe. It seems like he's been out a while. And a parallel there for the Pittsburgh Pirates with a Kevin Kramer prism. And a prism for Scherzer and the Nationals. That is Jose Ramirez and the Indians. The purple parallel to 125. All right, that is everything in the break, but we're going to do a little spin through here and recap it. Jay Allen, you're out of here. You got to get some sleep. All right, my friend. You hung in there well tonight, though, considering how early you have to get up every day. So we will see you the next time then, Jay Allen. I hope you get some good rest tonight, my friend. Brandon Lowe and the Tampa Bay Rays. Miles Straw for the Astros. Ryan Borucki, Blue Jays. Vlad Guerrero Jr., Blue Jays. Rowdy Tellez, Blue Jays. I didn't realize 3 in a row came out for them. It's crazy. I mean, there's more, but that was 3 in a row. Kopech for the White Sox. Jimenez for the White Sox. Tristan McKenzie for the Indians. Kyle Wright, Atlanta Braves. Forrest Whitley, Astros. Danny Jansen, Blue Jays. Yordan Alvarez, like it, for the Houston Astros. Corbin Burns, Brewers. Joe Adele for the Angels is another quite nice hit that we came across tonight. Here's our 1 of 1. That is David Peralta for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And then we have a card numbered to 5, which is Blake Snell for the Tampa Bay Rays. There's a Valdez for the Astros, Kyle Tucker for the Astros, Jake Cave for the Twins, Jacob Nix for the Padres. This is to 15, Trevor Story and the Colorado Rockies. Sean Reed Foley, Blue Jays. Justice Sheffield, Mariners. Josh James, Astros. Duplantier for the Diamondbacks. Kirilloff for the Twins. Allard for the Braves. Santana for the Dodgers. Hampson for the Rockies. And this beautiful Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners to 5. Oh, I love that card. Card makes me very happy. I love Ken Griffey Jr. Victor Mesa. And that, of course, for the Marlins. And we started it off tonight with Brendan Rodgers for the Colorado Rockies. Okay, so that is our break. That is our recap. Let me get the spreadsheet information up here one final time for those of you who maybe weren't tuned in when we went over it at the beginning. We'll give you another shot at it right now, and you can figure out when it's supposed to ship and all that stuff. So right now I'm expecting it to be a Friday shipping date. If I can possibly get it turned around sooner than that, I will be happy to do so. But since I'm not certain that I can, we're going to stick with Friday, and we'll just, be pleasantly surprised if I can get it done sooner. Everyone in here hit cards tonight. All the cards do ship, so we don't need to worry about consolation cards. Every single team will have a package of cards heading their way. So these are the breaks that are coming up. Tomorrow night, we're going to have a busy night. It's a half case of autographed mini football helmets, a full case of Origins football, a half case of Leaf Rookie Retro, spot sold, first letter of the last name, and all are listed in the football category, and a case of National Treasures Collegiate Football. On Wednesday, it's a new release night. We'll start at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We have 2 items coming out that day. We'll open them both by the full case. It's 5-star baseball and absolute football. On Thursday night, we'll do Archives Baseball. It's a half case break, and it will be the start of a new case. On Friday night, we're going to do Leaf Rookie Retro, the back half of the case that we start on Tuesday. We'll finish that case on Friday. More 5-star and a 12-box inner case of certified football, all on Friday night. On Saturday night, we will open a 16-box master case of unparalleled football, which is simply 2 8-box inner cases. Panini likes to take cases and put them together in a bigger box and call them master cases. It's their way of making us buy more, don't you know? Frank, you said you like the Diamond Kings cards dating back to the 80s. Yeah, I mean, some of the Diamond Kings stuff's a lot of fun. They did Diamond Kings football, but just 1 year, didn't they? Was it just 1 year? I don't know. Last time they did it was maybe 2015, and was that the only year they did it? I can't remember. But anyway, it was fun too. I do like the Diamond Kings brand. It is kind of an old school, fun kind of card set. So I guess that has got me covered for tonight. As always, I appreciate you being here. I hope that you have a fantastic week ahead. And if I don't see you again tomorrow night, hopefully I will see you again soon. And until tomorrow night, I'm gone. We'll see you the next time. Bye.